The point is, when harmful monopolies end, innovation flourishes. And I want you to bear that in mind as we talk about the monopolies of today, tech companies. And tonight, we're going to focus on just one way that they use their monopoly power, something called self-preferencing. It's when companies unfairly favour their own products on their own platforms, which have now become so big that most of us have no choice but to use them. This is a particularly big problem with these three companies, and we're going to start with Apple, specifically its App Store, which is basically the only place to download software for your iPhone, which is already a little bit weird when you think about it, right? You can download any software you like to your desktop computer, but if you have an iPhone, Apple has set it up so that its App Store is the only game in town. And Apple has been accused of unfairly pushing its own apps to the top of search results. Now, the company denies doing this, but the Wall Street Journal found Apple apps that generate revenue through subscriptions or sales like music or books showed up first in 95% of searches related to those apps. But regardless, perhaps more important is the stranglehold that Apple has on developers who want to get their apps onto your phone, because they are required to use Apple's payment processor, which takes a huge piece of every dollar that customers spend on those apps and any digital purchases within them.
Apple takes a 30% commission on sales of apps and in-app purchases. So if an app costs $4.99 up front, Apple collects $1.50. Same goes for if you use an app to buy digital goods, like virtual weapons, or sign up for a subscription to a monthly service.
It's true, and that was pretty shocking to me, because it means that every time someone spent money on the Jeremy Renner app, something real people actually did to boost their post about him so they could hashtag be seen by Jeremy Renner, again, something human beings wanted, in amounts ranging from $1.99 to nearly $100 actual dollars, Apple got a cut of that, and that is blood money right there. Apple makes literally billions and billions every year just on commissions on App Store purchases. And some app developers have tried to find ways around this. Tinder, for instance, charges a higher price if you subscribe through the app than if you do it on their website. And if you open Netflix on your iPhone and you don't have an account, you get a message reading, trying to join Netflix, you can't sign up for Netflix in the app. We know it's a hassle. After you remember, you can start watching in the app. And you can see why Netflix would do that. It doesn't want to lose a third of its subscription revenue to Apple because it needs that money to promote its Netflix Pride Month collection, which is absolutely great. Simply scroll by the dozen stand-up specials mocking the trans community and it's right there. Shine with pride, guys. And while Apple will say that it's lowered its commissions for certain small app developers and now even allows some apps to link to an external website and bypass commissions, a key reason that happened is that they were put under extreme pressure from lawsuits and from regulators overseas. And if you are thinking, well, Apple is not the only game in town, right? What about Google's App Store? They charge similarly high commissions to developers. And the fact is, over 99% of smartphones are part of either Google's or Apple's app ecosystem. Let's actually talk a bit about Google.